channel. So today we'll be doing a get to know me video part 1. So who am I? My names are Nelo Sapelo Nthobatsang. Nelo means given and Sapelo means of the heart, which is why I decided to go with Sapelo for the channel name, because everything I'll be doing will be from my heart to yours. That is good, right? And my surname in Nthobatsang, well, so I'm still using my old surname because I'm one of those people who are finding it rather, challenging. It's an emotional process for me to change from my old surname to the surname I'm married into, but I eventually will. But for now, I still use my old surname. So I'm Nelo Sapelo Nthobatsang. I'm 29 years old. I'm from a beautiful village in Serowe, in Botswana, called Serowe. And I'm the last of 4 children. I have 2 older brothers and an older sister. And I have my mom. I'm from a single parent family. I'm also an aunt, and I'm also a mom, guys. I'm a mom to the sweetest 7-month-old baby. And I'm also a wife to the world's greatest man. I mean that. He's just a sweetheart. He's God sent. And yeah, so what do I do? Currently, I'm a stay-at-home mom, a housewife, and I'm also a farmer. So my mom and I have an arrangement where, I'm doing this farming thing long distance. She's managing things for me while I'm away, and I get to go home, sometimes to check on things and, yeah, but we're managing. So far right now, the setup is working for us. So yeah, so why am I a farmer? Okay, I'll just give you a synopsis of my life in high school and university and how I got into farming. So when I was in high school, my mom retired when I was in high school, and she decided to get into farming full time. So 75% of my family are actually into farming. Some do both animal rearing and horticulture, and some do just one of the two. And I'm into horticulture. I do horticulture because I've seen the ones who do animal rearing go through the worst when the animals get lost and die and whatnot. So I'm not yet ready for that, but I believe with time I will. But for now, I'm just doing horticulture. So like I said, when I was in high school, my mom retired and she ventured into farming full time. So she was trying to induct me as well into farming, and I was really not interested. I felt I had a wrong perception of farming. I felt, okay, I'm not into that. I think it's a little bit of a dirty job, like I don't want to touch the soil and all that nonsense. That's how I was. And then she started coming with incentives to try to induct me into farming. And she's like, okay, look, so I have tomatoes, for example. I have tomatoes. For every kg of tomatoes you sell, you'll get a buck. I was like, okay, I love money. I think I can try that. And now with time, that's how it started. And with time, I started falling in love with farming because I got to spend more time with her. We started selling, doing deliveries together, and I got to see what it's really about. And I just fell in love with it so much. Like, oh my God, farming is life, guys. Seriously, farming is life. So when I finished high school, I was going to university. She and my brother being the first, I treat him like my dad. So they advised me to study business because they have always desired that at some point I can, take over the farm and continue doing the farming. So they advised me to study business. So I have a degree in business management from the University of Botswana. So when I was in university studying, I started falling in love with pageantry. Well, I didn't fall in love with pageantry then. I've always kind of did pageantry since primary school. Even at home, I'd hold little pageants with my cousins and give them my teddy bears and stuff like that. So when I was in university, my first year, I joined my first international pageant. And I won, and I got to represent the country in Barbados. Um, Things were not so good. It's a story for another day, but I got to go to Barbados, and to me, I feel that is the most important thing, I guess, going out and being on a flight for the first time. So yeah, and then after that, I just started joining other national pageants, and in 2018? I think, I don't know, somewhere there, I joined Miss Botswana. I think it was 2017, I joined Miss Botswana. and I became first princess. So after the Barbados trip, all other pageants I started joining. I just started, I don't know, I was always crowned first princess. But you know what, it's all right. Um, so when I was in Miss Botswana, you had to come up with a project that you would do if you were to be crowned queen. And my project was developing horticulture from the grassroots, because I felt it was very important to change the perception of young people like me. You know, the perception they have of agriculture, especially because Botswana has been proven to be an agriculture hub. If we were seriously to invest in agriculture as a country and to encourage young people to join it, I'm telling you, the economy would really improve a lot. And it's very good, you know, to diversify. So yeah, I'm really rooting for the agriculture sector in our country as an economy driver. But anyway, that aside, so that's the project that I went with. And then because I it well, it didn't really pick up. I tried to start, but I wasn't getting a lot of support from relevant authorities, so it kind of died down. And you know, it's something that I still hope to do at a later stage, when now things are good for me farming wise. I hope to now do it on my own, to sponsor myself and just grow it, you know, and go with that project. So, and then I put it aside, and then now my birthday was approaching while I was still princess, and there was a lot of young people who would come to me for advice and stuff. I would always get this thing that, Nello, you're so approachable, you know. I'm like, oh, so sweet. And then they would ask me little questions, always different stuff. Some would share about things they're going through at home, some about relationships, some would ask me about school. So I just decided to always give an ear and advise the best way that I can. If I feel I'm not in a good position to give advice, I'll ask one of my friends, hey, I have this young lady, she wants to know 1, 2, 3, what would you say to her if she came to you? So that idea birthed another thing for me. I decided, okay, how about on my birthdays every year, I invite young girls and I invite my friends to just come and talk to these young girls, have a sister for a day type of setting where they do one-on-ones with one of my friends, and they just ask them anything they want to ask them, you know, whether it's about relationships, whether it's about God, whether it's about school success and stuff like that, you know. So we had that, and I held it for 2 consecutive years. I'm still on the process of registering the NGO. I've been disrupted by, you know, going out and stuff like that. So for 2 consecutive years, I did it. And then the 3rd year, I was supposed to do it, but I couldn't because I moved to Japan. So I went to Japan. After graduating from school, after Miss Botswana, I graduated from university, and I couldn't find a job. Unemployment is one of the biggest challenges, if not the biggest challenge for youth in my country. So I couldn't get a job as a new graduate, and my best friend had gone to Japan after graduating herself. She graduated a year before me. I was supposed to graduate the same year with her, and then apparently I did not have enough credits, so I had to go back to school to study 2 courses just to acquire more credits to graduate. So after graduation, I decided, look, friend, I think I'll be following you because it's really tough. You know, I'm always just sitting here looking at my mom in her eyes, and it's really not working out. And then, yeah, I followed her to Japan the next year. Thank God, Miss Botswana did give me my prize money. So I used that money to finance my trip to Japan, because the company I was working for, they needed you to have at least 25,000 in your account upon arrival, and also they expected you to pay for your flights going to Japan. So I managed to go to Japan, and I became an English teacher. While I was there, my husband, my now husband, he was a boyfriend then, he came over, he visited, we went to Tokyo, and he proposed while we were in Tokyo. So now I had to come back home and to be with family. But it's something we had actually talked about before going to Japan. Like I had told him, he did say, I want us to get married to settle. I'm like, I need to go to Japan. I just want to do this one thing for myself. So please do allow me. If you're really serious about me, you will wait, you know. So the proposal really didn't come as a surprise. It was expected, not at that particular time, but I knew that, you know, sooner, anytime, would get married. So he proposed when he visited me in Japan, and then when I came home in the same year, when I came home um, in December, we did all the necessary things, cultural things, the lobola negotiations and everything, and then we just had a small lunch, and then I went back to Japan to finish my contract so I could come home. So when I finished my contract, they did ask me, don't you want to extend? I'm like, no, I just want to be home with my husband, so which means I quit my job. And then the Rona started. Yo, guys, so the Rona started and I was stuck in Japan for 2 months. I had nowhere to stay. Well, my best friend did accommodate me. You know, with Japanese apartments, we'll talk about all these things with time. Japanese apartments, they're like so small, like 2 people can't live in them. They're like little bachelors. They're called Leo palaces, the ones we're living in. So it's just for one person. So I had to go now, squeeze in and live with my best friend while I tried to sort out with the embassy how they can help me accommodation wise, because I had to give back the company house. And my flights kept getting cancelled. Like they got cancelled like thrice, and now I'm starting to use the little money I had saved and stuff like that. Luckily, there was a repatriation flight from Ethiopia to Botswana, and we had to find our way to Ethiopia. Guys, yeah. Anyway, and then we got home. So now I'm trying to come to South Africa. Borders are closed. And I'm like, okay, so my husband is that side. I want to go and be with family. They're like, you don't have a spousal visa yet, so we can't do some, special treatment for you. Guys, that was an emotional roller coaster. Like the Rona, that time, I will share the gory details, okay, with you guys. I will. But anyway, eventually borders opened and I managed to come to South Africa, and we made sure to do the spousal visa right then, so that if borders close again, I'll be able to, have that special allowance into both countries. And then, so coming here, people are losing jobs, companies are not hiring, and I'm like, you know what, it's fine. I'm just going to take a break, a year break from everything. Because basically I resigned, I got married, I moved to another country, and then I fell pregnant in the same year, in 1 year. Imagine these 4 changes in 1 year. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to give myself a break. I'm just going to take a whole year off and just focus on me, on my mind, and just take things easy and process all these changes. And it didn't help that in my first trimester, I was very sick. Like, I was really sick. So, yeah. But you know what? I did give myself that year, and then my baby came. Well, not my baby. Our baby came. Oh, so cute. Cutest baby ever. And then, yeah, so now the year was coming to an end. I was like, okay, so what are you going to start doing now? Like you need now. You don't have much now, and you can't be depending on your husband through and through. I'm one of those people who, like I thrive on achieving. Achieving stuff makes me happy. For example, even if I just tell myself, today I'm going to drink 8 glasses of water, achieving that goal to me, like it makes me so happy. So I just wanted to achieve. I'm like, okay, I've had so many dreams. It's not going to be easy to do everything now that I'm in another country, but how can I make it work? So when the year elapsed, okay, so I came to South Africa in October 2020. So October 2021, the year was about to elapse. So September, I'm like, hey mom, look, I've had my break now. I think it's time to start doing something. I'm not sure if I should start looking for a job or maybe just do the farming that I wanted to do. So I decided, okay, let me take my savings and send them to you, and then you can start the farming for me. I'll come in December and I'll come and kind of take over and see how things are, and we'll talk and agree on how to best work together whilst I'm away, and how to manage from a distance and stuff like that. So we talked, And yeah, so things are working out. So currently I'm a farmer, and I'm really, really, really loving it. And I want to take on another business. Again, there's another business that I've been dying to do since I was in high school. Like, I would always tell Mom, I'm going to do one, two, three. I'm going to do one, two, three. So now that the farming has started, it's not a lot, but it grows. Business grows with time, so it's fine. I'm happy with where things are and where things are heading. And now I'm looking into, I've actually just started throwing around ideas for the other business that I want to start. So I'm really enjoying this being at home and being my own boss thing. So I'm not very sure if I'm gonna be looking for a job. Maybe I will, I don't know, we will see with time. But yeah, at the moment I'm happy with where I am. So I'm a stay-at-home mom, I am a housewife, and I'm a farmer. So we'll graduate to entrepreneur when my other business takes off. So yes, so that is who I am. That is all about Nelo. And for the part 2 of the video, I'd like you guys to ask me questions. You can comment down below and just ask, what is it that you'd like to know about me, and I will gladly answer. You can also go on my Facebook, it's Nelo Sakadun Tobatang. You can also go there and just ask me whatever it is that you'd like to know about me, and I'm going to do a part 2, where I'll be answering all those questions and everything you would like to know about me. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed this far. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for all your advices. I'm really for constructive criticism, so I really appreciate it. I believe with time I'll get better and perfect at this, so yeah, I'm enjoying the process. It's a learning curve. So thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me. Until then, love you guys. Bye. Mwah.